Senator Mike Braun of Indiana. The pandemic, thanks for joining us, Senator.
You bet.
The pandemic is now starting to sweep through the South, the Midwest. The debate is coordinate the focus on helping the hospitals. Louisiana is getting hard hit now. Per capita, the cases there are now rising faster than New York. This is a matter of messaging right now for the country. We're seeing now out of the Democrats, they're talking about election reform, Green New Deal. We've got now, 21 states doing basically stay-at-home orders. This is about a vision for getting us out of this and a unifying vision. Can you talk to us about what's happening right now with the House debate on the aid package coming through? Because they're talking about a fourth and a fifth one that we may need. Take that on.
So it got delayed as of Sunday evening, and most of us working on a task committee, we thought it was going to be fleshed out Sunday evening. And then Speaker Pelosi came into town, and all the stuff you just mentioned, I won't repeat it, came into play. Very disappointing. It kind of hijacked the whole process, and we were dealing with that throughout the last few days until late last evening, and we barely got it through without it going way into the early morning hours. But it passed without a dissenting vote. There were both sides that wanted to try to do more at the end, but the big issue beyond this package that needs to get to the finish line is to establish confidence. I got back home and been talking to folks over the course of the day. This has struck a scare into the country like I've never seen. Businesses unrelated to the ones that basically got shuttered and shut down have already seen volumes fall off 30 to 50%. Workforce not showing up if there's a case here or there. So it's created a lot of kind of almost panic out there, and we not only need to get the elements out there to help the people that have been waylaid, over the last 3 to 4 weeks, hotels, restaurants, just that large arena where they were shut down. And I really believe that aspirational point of view is going to be more important all the time, to where we've got to be selective, and we're going to have to get the economy going again, or else I'm afraid we've got demand destruction, and some of this won't be brought back, without a long, long time in between.
Senator, just a point of order here. We're reporting it now in the middle of Manhattan, and forgive us, viewers, too, if you hear ambulance sirens, because that's been pretty much the norm here in New York City. I want to return to this. Constitutional experts say 19, now it's 21 governors have the power to lift their shelter-in-place orders. It's covering now nearly, we're seeing anywhere 170 million plus people. So it's not the federal government. That's why the president is calling this a recommendation. Can you take that on? So how would that unfold going forward?
And he is right there, because the shutdown orders would be a state prerogative. Indiana would have been one of the first of the conservative states to do that. And I believe if we do not tamp the disease down, no one is going to be feeling more at ease. And I think the fact that we see what's happening in New York, that gets kind of extended throughout the country in terms of what might happen. But it's still, you mentioned it earlier, that was the vector. That is ground zero. I think here, whether it's Easter, whether we can do it before, at some point we'll have to make that hard decision where we try to get back to normal, especially with what we've learned about the disease. It's highly contagious, but it seems to really have its worst effects where there's population density. And that means a whole part of the country that's not either been affected by it or mildly affected by it so far is going to have to experiment with trying to get back to normal. And it's a tricky dynamic to find out when that right time is.
Yeah, I mean, this is a tough debate. It's sort of like how we had to adapt after 9/11, but on a bigger scale, because you're right, this is a super SARS coronavirus that we've never seen before in this lethality. Senator, thanks for joining us. We really appreciate you coming on.
You bet.
Okay, we're